You're listening.
You're listening.
You're listening
to the International Posit Podcast Network. Wait, have you guys ever had acai?
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
It's tasty fruit.
Oh, is that berry thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
from Brazil.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
How have you been pronouncing it?
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I'm just like, I've never said the word out loud before, but I read it, and in my brain it's pronounced acai.
Acai.
Even though I know it's wrong.
I feel like the acai berry has too many syllables for such a small word.
Welcome to Three Guys, Three Questions, where three friends test the limits of propriety through the questions we ask. Today is a gift, and that's why it's called The Current. It's a gift of fruit.
Did you pause for laughter after that?
Berries. This is episode 8 of season 5. This week, we're sponsored by the half of a chocolate chip orange on Adam's desk and the biting bitter cold of Andrew's soul.
Whoa.
I'm Aaron L.M. Goodwin, and I'm joined, as always, by Andrew Savage. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Andrew, how you
I am
doing?
not bitter. I am cold, though. It is really cold up here.
I'm sorry about that. I'm also joined by Adam the Chiller Anderson.
That's my wrestling name.
The Chiller.
The Chiller.
Do you have
Adam the Chiller Anderson.
Do you have like a move called the Ice Pick?
Yes.
Mm.
I do now.
If you're new to the show, here's how it works. Each host asks a question, then each host gives their answer. Hilarity hopefully ensues, and we move to the next question. Adam has today's first question, so take it away, Adam.
Who would play you in the inevitable sitcom conversion of 3G, 3Q? Because we're moderately popular, so we're going to be a sitcom, obviously.
That's all you need nowadays. There's so many channels and streaming services. Everyone has a sitcom.
Yep, just ask John Mulaney.
What is this, like a Fusion TV original?
Yeah.
What's like a Break.com original?
Collegehumor.com.
We'll be the breakout series of like YouTube's content creation or something.
That feels a little bit too high above us, but yeah.
we're not good enough to be cool on YouTube.
We're going to be the Friendster original series. Sounds about right on our level. Who would play me? This is a little bit wishful thinking as well as accurate. Matthew Perry would play me.
Oh,
just because I want to be Matthew Perry.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and he looks even more like Rachel Maddow than you remember.
He just has the level of sarcasm that I really appreciate and I think would really flesh out my character.
I can't think of Matthew Perry without thinking of the Lazy Sunday SNL song.
Mm-hmm.
So both you and Matthew Perry are living in the past.
You're both stuck in 2006 or whatever that came out.
2005 or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Matthew Perry is like, I always thought he was so cool. Like, to me, if I heard someone criticizing Matthew Perry, like saying like how he was stupid, I would feel so bad because I'd be like, oh, not even like 10% as cool as him. I'd be so heartbroken. I love Mrs. Chenandler Bong.
So I have a confession.
What?
I have only seen like 3 or 4 episodes of Friends.
Ooh, that's probably okay.
Okay.
I just Googled Rachel Maddow and Matthew Perry, and when there's this comparison picture came up, and I couldn't tell which one was which at first. I swear.
I told you.
It's kind of freaking me out.
I thought I was making this stuff up.
No.
There's a bit on a show that he was on that got canceled, some sitcom. Him and John Cho. I don't remember the name of it. But they constantly made a joke about how people would confuse him with Rachel Maddow. You can't take credit for that. We'll find the name of that show. It wasn't that good, but it was pretty good because it had Matthew Perry in it. So
just because something has Matthew Perry in it doesn't mean it's good and memorable.
Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
That's pretty good.
I love that one too. A lot of people didn't, but it had Matthew Perry in it.
He was in what's the one with what's his face where he got small again. You know, the opposite of big.
He got small again. Like, let's get small?
Did he turn into a child?
Like 17 again. It has what's his face in it, right? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Zac Efron?
Yeah, that's it.
I've never seen it.
I've seen that.
It's actually pretty good.
I'll have to watch that.
Despite
sometime.
having Zac Efron, but Zac Efron does his best impersonation of Matthew Perry, and he carries it throughout the entire movie. So
sorry, I'm still just making a bunch of weird sounds. I'm still trying to get on Transmission's soundboard.
I can't even tell you how many like slurps and things from last week's episode I had to edit out. It was like it sounded like you were eating ramen over there. Like,
how did you know?
So bad.
He is eating ramen with a cold.
Yeah. So my answer: who would play me in the sitcom version of Three Guys, Three Questions? I mean, this is like an easy answer, but it's Jonah Hill.
That is an easy answer.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I don't know if I've talked about it on here. I probably mentioned on this podcast, but I can't really keep track. But I get mistaken for Jonah Hill on the regular.
Like just in your day-to-day life? Like
yeah.
While you're walking around?
I mean, it's like I'm fat. I don't know. That's
and
like
you have dark hair and a neck beard sometimes. So.
Similarities end. I don't know what, but maybe be like. And these aren't people who see me being funny.
You're
either.
Fat and garrulous, so
I guess. It's just really weird. People like, oh, I know you. You're from that, and I'm like. And I'll just name something he's in. They're like, no. I'll just name a bunch of things he's in. No. And they're like, Jonah Hill. I'm all, yeah, that's what I was doing there. I knew it was coming.
I feel like that's a form of racism that still hasn't been detected by society.
There was this guy down at a Shell gas station that I used to stop at every Thursday on the way to school. Me and 3 other guys would commute down to a place to go to school. It was like maybe like a 45-minute drive. And it's the Shell gas station off the Sierra off-ramp, if any of our California listeners are here. But
I think everybody wants to know exactly where that Shell gas station is.
I want to tell you exactly which one it is. Because we'd go there and this attendant would be there every week, and I could not convince him I wasn't Jonah Hill. Which was weird because, like, why was I never dressed up nice? Why was I with 3 other schmucks who don't look famous or aren't famous? You don't know them from anywhere.
They were your entourage and your bodyguards, obviously.
I don't know, man. It was like I could not convince him.
You were just remembering your roots and the Shell gas station that you came from, where you got discovered.
It was very interesting, but yeah, it happens to me all the time. And that's okay. He's funny. So Jonah Hill. That's my answer.
That was so upsetting when you just said that. You're like, Jonah Hill. Just so defeated.
I just like, I don't know. I feel like I don't look like him. Like, I don't know.
I feel like you only have like one quality that's the same, or 2.
Everyone used to think my dad was John Candy.
I think it's just racism, then, right?
Pretty much. Like, I didn't look alike at all, but okay. Yeah. I mean, Jonah Hill's funny. I liked him in what's that one where they start the fake college?
Accepted? Undeclared.
Like, no, Accepted.
Accepted, yes.
And he has to dress as a hot dog.
Right.
That's when it all began. I had like 10 people I know tell me, dude, have you seen Accepted? There's a guy in there that's just like you.
You should have just been like, that is me.
I am in that movie.
That is me. I've been making movies on the side. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just putting this out there if Jonah Hill wants to like hang out and we can like take a picture to prove to people that we're different.
Why just hang out? Why not be on the podcast? I feel like.
Oh, that would be good.
Or is that
but
asking
like,
too much?
There's no visual confirmation there. So that's the problem I'm trying to solve.
Okay. Well, I just feel like that would be a pretty good get for the show.
Well, I think it's depressing for Jonah Hill because Jonah has like lost weight.
And he does serious films now.
I definitely weigh more than Jonah Hill. Last time I weighed myself, I was literally 803 pounds. So I don't know. I don't think Jonah Hill.
So for people at home who don't know what Aaron looks like, that's a lot more than actually he weighs.
No, I don't know if it was in kilograms or stones. I don't know how this works.
I hope
if you're 800 stones, You'd be on a flatbed right now, pushing you around.
That sounds fun. It doesn't sound like there's a downside to this. I'm gonna go eat more cheeseburgers. All right, Adam.
Okay, my answer. My answer is this guy who works at BuzzFeed called Matt Bellassai or Matt Bellassai.
I don't know
how
who
to
this
spell his last
is.
name
I'm
or
opening up
say
his.
it. But he does this show called Whine About It, which number one is something I do all the time. Not a show, but I whine about things all the time. He's almost just like me.
Why?
And number two, he looks almost exactly like me. It's kind of scary.
It's super creepy.
So if you're listening to this show, you need to go into the show notes and look at this picture because that's basically what I look like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot, dang.
He's like got the same aesthetic.
I have a sweater that looks almost exactly like that also.
Oh my gosh.
We have the same square glasses. It's crazy.
This is so creepy. I feel like I fell into an alternate dimension.
I'm just looking at a wall of pictures of you, Adam.
Like we do our hair like the same way.
Oh, why? So, oh my gosh, this is not making for a good podcast.
I know because it's just a visual thing, but it's very important.
He super looks like you, and I'm pretty sure you have to record a viral advertisement for 3 Guys 3 Questions wherein you pretend to be him. Pretty sure this has to happen.
Oh, I might need to do that now.
What's his name? Matt Bellucci? Matt
Bellassai, I think.
Bellassai?
Or maybe Bellassai. I don't know.
I don't know where that name comes from. Interesting. Wow. That guy's like, it's almost like he's, wow. Like he's almost more white bread than you.
But also he just sits around and complains about things all the time, which is exactly what I do. It would be perfect. He would be playing me in the sitcom and everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, that's Adam's playing himself. How conceited of him." But no. Be this guy.
What if he played you in the sitcom and then you played him in the adaptation of his show on the new BuzzFeed TV channel? We could make this happen.
Yeah, I think these are realistic goals that we're setting.
Right.
We could probably get picked up by the CW.
Oh, I don't know if I want to be on the CW.
Have you guys, speaking of the CW, you guys seen the new season of Swift Justice?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
I've never even heard of that show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm 100% serious. Serious as a heart attack.
How are you?
Serious.
How have you never heard of Swift Justice?
Well, here's.
Is this the fake movie that you made up with Taylor Swift? And...
No, I remember. That was a callback.
That was a long time ago.
I can't believe you guys already
Dolly
forgot.
Parton and Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. My life has changed a lot since then.
What was it? It was Taylor Swift. And
No,
Dolly
it's
Parton.
Swift Parton. That's the name of it.
Swift Parton.
Dang it!
Parton.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
That's why.
See, that's why.
Sorry, Swift Parton.
You can't even do your own callbacks right.
Can't do anything right. I'm just so confused and like out. Like I can't focus after this Matt Belongi Belassi Lopsy Lasso Opso guy. It's freaking me out. We need to move to a new question because I can't even get.
Sounds good. Hey, guys, what movie do you love that everyone hates?
So, I already know that Adam's gonna have all kinds of things to say about this.
That's why I asked these
sit around and
questions.
complain all day. We've already discussed.
There's movies that bad movies that people like ironically,
Right.
you know, like Mono's Hands of Fate.
That movie's terrible.
Yeah. This is not that. I love this movie completely unironically. This movie got 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, and some would argue that's too much percent. That it's even too high. This is a movie where the majority of people I talk to who have seen it, they don't just not like it, they hate it. They actively hate this movie. And then everyone else loves it. There's no middle ground. I've never met someone and said, "What do you think about this movie?" And they're like, "Oh, it's alright, it was whatever." It's like
It's polarizing.
really, really polarizing. And that movie is Elizabethtown.
Oh.
That was the sound of frustration
that
and
movie
disgust.
so much.
Adam, I mean, I don't want to hear why you hate it necessarily.
It's because I lived in Elizabethtown. And they didn't even film it in Elizabethtown.
Oh, that's probably why.
But that's not like that great of a reason.
It's a really good reason. The best part of that movie was when Orlando Bloom almost killed himself, and the worst part was when he didn't.
I don't know.
So I will say this: that it's okay. It's okay.
What?
I'm not a hugest fan. Like I'm like, hey, this is definitely a movie. I see its merits, but I don't even think it's like in the top 1,000 best movies.
I will say this about the movie in way of criticism. It stars Orlando Bloom
as
an American.
Yeah.
And
as someone who can't find love. Orlando Bloom as someone who is lonely.
That is a little unbelievable. You have to use your imagination a little bit.
But he's not lonely because he's rejected. He's lonely because he's preoccupied with work. So that's not really a fair thing. But his accent isn't that great. There's
that
times
sounds like
where
the type of problem I want to have.
Right. Well, I'm not single by choice.
This is depressing now.
There's this weird convoluted scene where they make this big deal about what's-her-face telling Orlando Bloom how to get to Elizabethtown. And it's not even the right way to get to Elizabethtown, and it's oddly complicated, and it's just like, just get on the highway and go south from Louisville. I mean, seriously.
Or what about the ending where she makes like the scavenger hunt for him?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Oh,
well, you've never even seen the whole movie?
Okay, there are like 2 movies in my life that I could stand so little that I turned off. Number 1 was Elizabethtown, and number 2 is that Steve Jobs movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Wow.
Oh, that's rough.
Wow. Elizabethtown is 2 hours and 3 minutes, but I will say it feels a lot longer because it is a really slow movie.
It feels like a lifetime.
It feels like you've come out of that experience like having lived a life. That's why I like it, though. I like it. It reminds me of my experience with Southern people and the kind of like windy, slow stories they tell and stuff like that. I don't know. Everyone says it's self-indulgent. I like it.
You know what I would rather do, though? Just go talk to an old Southern gentleman and have him tell me this rambling story.
Well, I would like to as well. Where are they at?
In the South.
I'm not going there right now. Thank you very much. So I'm going to watch this. But like, just go to the Rotten Tomatoes page for Elizabethtown and read all of the terrible, terrible reviews. Not even the soundtrack can save this. To swallow Elizabethtown without experiencing a sharp tummy cramp of disbelief, you have to accept Orlando Bloom as a tormented soul. Oh, yeah.
That's not going to happen.
It's really... this is a bona fide, absolute, unmitigated fiasco. This is like... people hate it, but you know what? I love it, and I'm not going to apologize. And I think if you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to watch it.
Is it on Netflix or something?
Yeah.
When the movie came out, they had this like premiere event in Elizabethtown.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had this essay contest or something to see if, like, for a high school student to win tickets or something. And somebody that I know won the essay contest. So she got to go to the premiere and like she dressed up in a nice dress and everything. And then the day afterwards, we were all like, how was it? Was the movie good? And she was like, yeah, it was good. It's like, she couldn't stand saying no because she had been invited to this event. But you could tell that she just didn't like it at all. It was great.
I think a lot of people don't like the movie. I found that there's like a lot of people who don't like
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah, a lot of people who don't like Kirsten Dunst. I don't know why. There's a lot of people who like hate her.
I have very few feelings about Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah,
have you guys seen her in the new season of Fargo?
No, I haven't watched the last season of Fargo. And
You should watch the first season of Fargo, but the second season, she's really good.
I saw a clip of her from it. It seems very good.
Yeah, so I would suggest checking that out.
Because I don't want Adam to quit the podcast, we'll move on. So Adam, what's the movie you love that everyone hates?
My answer is not as good because I have such a discerning taste that
Oh
my
my gosh.
critically acclaimed.
Every time.
Ridiculous.
I couldn't help myself.
You said Life of Pi. I'm so upset.
That movie is fine. I like the book better.
My gosh.
I was about to say the book is better.
Anyway, my answer is I know that lots of people like this movie and that like I'm definitely not alone in this. But also everyone I've shown this movie to, like I've been really excited. I'm like, hey, let's watch this movie. It's amazing. They've all like kind of stopped being my friend.
That's what happened with me in Elizabethtown. I stopped showing it to people because they'd always hate it. And then they break up with me. All right.
But like, my answer is Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying.
Okay,
and Love the
wait a
Bomb,
minute.
Which I
Whoever
know,
you-
yes, it's critically acclaimed, but nobody else in my life likes that movie.
That's like one of the best movies ever made.
No, I know
Yeah,
that it is critically acclaimed, and everybody who knows something likes this movie. But nobody else in my life likes this movie, and it makes me feel alone.
Well, here's an experiment because I've never seen this movie.
Okay,
I saw it was on one time when I was a kid on Saturday.
I think it's on Netflix.
I remember seeing something and I was like, eh. But I will watch it and we'll see if we're still friends after that.
Okay, it's amazing.
Uh-huh.
Kubrick directed it, and it's hilarious, and it's probably the driest humor.
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 How do I humor?
Humor.
Saying Kubrick directed it though, it doesn't mean that much because he did a lot of different movies. Like like that tells you like stylistically it will be good, but it doesn't tell you whether you're going to enjoy it or not because he also did 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay, that's a good one. But
He also did Eyes Wide Shut, which was he also did The Shining. Shining was good.
Yeah.
But then he did Clockwork Orange, which is
the most disturbing movie I've ever seen.
So here's why I really like Dr. Strangelove. Peter Sellers, as you may know him as Dr. Clouseau in the original Pink Panther movies. This is one of the first movies where an actor plays multiple parts.
Wait, they got the Pink Panther. Is this animated?
No. The movie, the live action movie. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
You were trying to make a joke, but you were just being dumb. So we answered you in kind.
I see what you guys think of me. Okay.
Anyway.
Peter Sellers is playing multiple parts.
He plays multiple parts and he's very funny at it.
Mm.
So it's a good movie. Hey, you gotta stop because we don't have rights for that song.
Look, I'm sorry that my answer was so terrible, Aaron, but it's all I could think of.
Well, it's my turn. Well, I'm like Adam, and the movie I like everyone hates is The Godfather. No, it's not stupid. No, like I like good movies as much as the next person, but my guilty pleasure that I started probably when I was really young is actually a little movie from a used to be famous actor, Biodome, starring Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin. Now, let me say, I gotta have a disclaimer. This movie's terrible. Like, it's awful. It's got a 5% on Rotten Tomato. It is not good at all. But when I was younger, me and my brother watched like 300 or 400 times. Now, a little known fact of this is actually the first movie that the now famous band Tenacious D performed in.
What?
The first time ever. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so it's anyway.
Biodome is so bad that it's the punchline in a Weird Al Yankovic song.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is. But I can't remember what song, but the line is stuck in my head.
That's just like Pauly Shore is such a phenomenon. Like,
oh yeah.
Where? What? How? What? He's so.
What is he doing now?
Nothing.
I think he's like a producer, actually, and he owns like a comedy club.
I feel like he did some reality stuff for a little bit, but didn't really work very well, so he stopped.
I don't know. Let's go see his IMDb. Pauly Shore.
Apparently, he's in Hawaii 5-0.
Gotta watch that. I love Encino Man though, for sure.
Encino Man's good.
He was on Comedy Bang Bang recently. That's cool.
Really? Yeah. So while I work
I'm
it.
going to make a note to watch that Comedy Bang Bang episode with Pauly Shore.
Anyway, so I really enjoy the movie. It's not good in any way. And I think I liked it because it reminded me of Encino Man a little bit because Pauly Shore's in it.
Right.
But like, I haven't seen it in a while. And I mean, like, the reviews are so good because they're also from like 2001 and 1999. So they all start with, I stopped my VHS halfway through the movie. And in the middle, it was so bad. It was the equivalent entertainment would be to go to the bathroom and fart my brains out. That's from Amazon reviews. Another one is, it's like they took 4 jokes that were too bad for Dumb and Dumber and put it in this stupid movie.
Oh man, I've never seen Biodome.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember there was this kid in high school who like maybe like once a week used to try to start a conversation with me by saying, "You ever see Biodome?" I'd be like, "What? No. Oh, you see a Biodome." All right. That was a spot-on impersonation of that kid, by the way.
I remember seeing
I'll have
In
to
the
take your
Army.
word for it.
Did you see In the Army now? He's also in that. I remember seeing
Yeah.
I
Did you
kinda
ever
liked
see
that movie.
Jury? Did you see Jury Duty? Where he tries to stay on jury duty because at the time he didn't have a job. And the only way to make money is to stay on jury duty as long as possible. What a premise of a movie.
Have you seen Son-in-Law?
Oh yes, I saw that one too.
It's pretty. Our alumnus Joe Palmer. I think it's like one of his favorite movies.
I think so.
And he convinced us to watch it one time, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this movie." Ooh, fun times, Pauly Shore.
So one of the things about having bad movies is like I don't really, like besides Biodome, but there's people like I'll meet. Like I remember one time my grandparents suggested I go check out White Chicks. They said it was hilarious. And I was like, what?
Oh.
No.
That's
Thanks,
a movie
Grandma.
that I use as a barometer for people's suggestions, like their movie suggestions. There's like a type of person who will suggest White Chicks, and that person I know. All right, don't have to listen to your movie suggestions anymore because we're a completely different taste profile.
Yeah. So, and I realized like, oh, so like everyone has those terrible movies, but I don't think people are as aware that their movie tastes are terrible.
Yeah, and it's tough because, like, whatever, it's all subjective, but come on, like, were you there that one time we went and saw Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yeah.
And we walked out of the theater, and me, you, and one of Adam's now roommates, Zach, we were like, oh, it was so good. And then the other 3 people that came with us were like, this sucks. And I was like, I don't understand how we both just watched
Did you
the same
ever
movie.
talk to those people again? Because that movie's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's
well,
way
here's the
amazing.
thing. Those 3 people also really enjoy White Chicks. Like not even a callback for a joke. That's 100% true.
Right. I think my brother was there too. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
just
your brother was there.
confusing. Well, all right.
I'm trying to find positive reviews for Biodome. It's harder than you would expect.
Biodome. Who else is in Biodome?
Oh shoot, let me go to IMDb.
It looks like a movie that have like Owen Wilson in it.
There's a 4-star review, but all it says is hilarious. So.
The cognitive ability of the Biodome fan is just truly awe-inspiring.
Kylie Minogue? Stephen Baldwin? Oh, well,
It has, Kylie Minogue. There's a trivia here. It was the worst choice she ever made, is what it says.
This is not a positive review. This says, I was very attracted to the concept of this movie. Take Pauly Shore and enclose him forever under a soundproof, airtight dome severed from society for eternity. Unfortunately, the director made the ill choice of placing the camera on the inside of the dome.
Obviously, Jack Black is in the movie, but it's still better than Gulliver's Travels.
What purchase have you really regretted? I'm excited to hear about this.
I'm excited for this question also because it gives me a chance to complain, which is all I really want to do. So
you and Matt Balaki.
Matt Belassi.
Right.
Belasai. I don't know.
Acai?
Guys, let's get to the questions, guys.
Wait, have you guys ever had acai?
Oh yeah, it's delicious. It doesn't complain enough though.
Tasty fruit.
Oh, is that berry thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
From Brazil.
How have you been?
I don't know.
How have you been pronouncing it?
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I'm just like, I've never said the word out loud before, but I read it, and in my brain it's pronounced acai, even though I know it's wrong.
Acai.
I feel like the acai berry has too many syllables for such a small word.
Yeah. Ugh, it's not efficient. All right. Hey, what purchase have you really regretted?
Okay, so for our listeners in the know, the Valve Corporation recently released this thing called the Steam controller, which was supposed to change everything and everything. It was supposed to change everything about how we play our video games on our computers.
Glad you got through that.
Yeah, it was a struggle. I'm being throttled by hate right now.
Mm.
So you're gonna say you really enjoyed it though, right?
No, I hated it. It's the worst.
Why?
I paid $60 for this thing, and it's like trying to play a game with the trackpad on your laptop. It's horrible. They made the weird decision, instead of just putting like 2 thumbsticks on the controller, they put 1 thumbstick and 1 like laptop trackpad. I was like, I'm willing to give this the benefit of the doubt and pay $60 for it. But it's horrible, and I hate it, and the buttons are too small, and it's too cramped, and the trackpad is too big, and every time I pick it up, I'm just like, I wish this had 2 sticks instead of this trackpad thing.
I just got an Xbox controller, plugged that into my computer. It works perfectly.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been using, and
That's what you should have been still using.
Yeah, I just shouldn't have wasted my money.
The question is, what happens to the $60 now? Like, can you get a refund?
Well, that's the worst part. I'm pretty sure that I can get a refund, but I don't know how, so I'd have to contact Steam customer service to do that. And they are, in case you don't know, famously terrible. If I email them today, they will email me back like next year.
And then they'll say, "Oh, hey, our receipt only lasts for about 6 months." Yeah.
So
sorry about that.
The one good thing about it is that it's wireless.
That's good. Those terrible wire. I never understood peripherals, especially for like a computer that are wireless, because you're like right there. Like, how far away from your computer are you getting?
Well, it keeps things from getting tangled.
Oh, come on. It's like, how many other things?
You don't run it over. You don't run over the cord with your chair.
The only benefit I can see is if you plugged into a television in another room.
Yeah, or like
it's
it's a really big television in a really long room or something. That makes sense. But like for a computer, like at work, I work in IT, and people are constantly asking, "Oh, can I get a wireless mouse and keyboard?" What? No.
No.
Why? You have a desk. Your computer's at your desk. You're not going anywhere else. You're like at most 2 feet away from your computer.
I will say that I do appreciate the wireless mouse, because I don't like getting the wire like mixed up when I'm trying to
Apparently,
do my
that's
Reddit
not
reading.
Good enough of an answer for Aaron. He's still gonna hate you.
No, that's just ridiculous.
How dare you want convenience?
I did have a friend who enjoyed wireless mice because he used to take the mouse, and instead of sitting it on the desk, he would sit it on his leg because his hand was more comfortable that far down, and he would use his leg, his jeans, as a mouse pad.
If someone walked in behind him, what do they think that he's doing?
Andrew, what's purchase have you regretted?
When I bought on DVD Where the Wild Things Are, I regret that.
Was that a bad movie?
That was it's not a great movie.
It makes me sad that it's a bad movie because the commercials for it were really nice.
Yeah, I know. Like they had Arcade Fire was doing the song, and
yeah, it is one of my favorite Arcade Fire songs too.
And so I'm like, I've never seen this. I'm gonna buy it on DVD and watch it, and I have never seen it again.
It's one of those things where like this would have been a good music video, but not a good movie. That's how I felt about it.
Which is funny because the director started off as
Spike Jonze.
Spike Jonze is doing music videos.
He did what? He did Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
Weezer.
He did A-Punk from Vampire Weekend.
Right. He did good movies too, right? Didn't he do Being John Malkovich?
Yeah, he also did. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Be Kind Rewind.
Didn't he do Her too, or is that somebody else?
No, he did do Her.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did do Her.
Okay, you know what?
This is a family show, Aaron.
Speaking of Her,
is this your answer? What you were spending money on?
No, are you done? Where the
I'm
Wall Things
done.
Are DVD?
There's nothing else I can add to that.
The purchase that I really regretted was a Yamaha Majesty. It's called a touring scooter.
I remember this.
Okay, because it goes on tour.
I don't even like the sound of that.
Not touring as in Alan Turing.
It was a sentient scooter.
Right, it's a touring machine.
Did you have long, meaningful conversations with the scooter?
Right.
Did it trick you into thinking there was a person inside? Is this a bad memory?
When I say it was a scooter, people get like a completely wrong image. Like
I'm trying to find
like
one
a
on the
razor
internet.
scooter? Or-
or they think of like a little 50cc moped thing, you know what I mean? Like they picture me like a fat guy at the circus riding a little scooter. It was not that. It looked like people thought it was a motorcycle. Like it looks like a
It
motorcycle.
looks a little like a motorcycle.
It is, but it's got like a 400cc motor in it, like engine in it. So it's like
It was big.
it goes fast. Like I got it up to like 118 one time, you know, like it goes pretty fast.
Okay, at that point, why not just buy a motorcycle?
Because it's automatic.
There are automatic motorcycles.
Well, I did not know that.
Also, shifting is not hard.
Well, I did not know that. Okay,
I'm just going to criticize you endlessly for this decision.
basically cost too is a lot cheaper. What happened was the car that I had died and I needed to get something and I did not have that much money. So yeah, I went to a motorcycle place and I was looking at stuff and I found this scooter and I got the scooter. And then that night that I got the scooter, I had several friends coming over. It was weird because I'm thinking about it and I don't understand why. But it was like almost like we had an open house for my scooter. It was like all night I was just in my driveway and different people were coming by. And I don't remember telling everyone to do this, but maybe I did. And people were just coming by to see the scooter. And
I think because they were concerned. I mean, just to paint a visual picture of this, I look at this scooter, and this is the type of vehicle that if I see somebody driving it, I think to myself, "Oh."
Well, okay. But I mean, I couldn't afford a car, like really, and I wanted something that was reliable.
So my pity would be well placed
and cheap on gas. So, I mean, at this time I was making like $200 a week.
Where were you working? Were you working at the school?
I was working as a screen printer.
Right.
So on average, I'd make about $200 a week. So really, I needed gas. Gas is expensive, and so I needed something that was cheap on gas. So that's why I got this. And also because I obviously hate myself.
And he wants to woo the ladies.
Watch you hop on the back of my scooter. Yeah. The problem was that the first day I got it, I let people ride it up and down the street because I was really trying to convince them that it was not a terrible decision.
and in so doing, that it wasn't a terrible decision for you.
Because everyone's reaction when they showed up was like, "Oh, that's not what I expected. It doesn't look like what I expected." And I was all, "And it's pretty fast. You want to ride it?" You know what I mean? Just try to prove myself to them. And so I let them take it up and down the street. Well, I let one of my good friends, we'll bleep out his name, but his name's Bert.
No one's going to understand why we just laughed.
Poor kid came by.
I don't even know him, but his name sounds funny.
Yeah. He was maybe like 16 at the time, I think. 17. And I think he was that young. Anyhow, he drove it up the street and we were all talking, me and my buddies and different people. And then I realized hey, it's been a long time since Bert left. I wonder if Bert's okay. And my buddy hopped in his car and he went down the street. And then he took a long time to come back, and I was all, that worries me even more.
If this is a horror movie, you should not have gone after them.
And then I see my friend and Bert walking my scooter back down the street. And by this time, it's pretty dark at night, so I can't really tell if something's wrong. But by the time he gets there, I can tell that the side of my scooter is just scraped and dented, and it's just full of sand and stuff. And he hit some sand on the road and he laid it down, and it was pretty bad.
At least you didn't get hurt, though.
Yeah, no, he was safe. But yeah, so that should have been the first sign, like, hey, maybe
this isn't even in the end of the story.
Cut your losses.
No. There's so many more stories.
Because I lost my job at the screen printing place, and then I was trying to work as a classroom aide for a while, but I was not getting very many jobs. And then a job opportunity came up to do door-to-door sales for satellite dishes in St. Louis, Missouri.
Which is not where you lived.
No, I lived in California.
Oh, that's like half a country away.
Yeah, and
or a whole country.
Since I didn't have any money, and I was quickly becoming in debt
because of your payments on.
Yeah, right. So I had pretty high. The interest rate on this scooter was pretty bad, so the payments are pretty high for the time. I didn't have any money. So I rode my scooter to St. Louis, Missouri, which took me a few days. And I also forgot to wear sunscreen, so that was fun.
The story keeps getting better and better.
Oh, you have no idea.
And I got to St. Louis, Missouri, and they were supposed to give us like a $400 signing bonus, like, here's your money, when we first got there. And I got there, and the guy was like, sorry, we're not doing that. And I was like, what do you mean, sorry, we're not doing that? but I was like, I had no choice to, like, I had no money.
I mean, you were already there.
I'm already there. I'm trapped. I rode a scooter. I'm not riding my scooter back. I had no money to buy enough gas to get back to California. So I was like, the only way for me to get back is to make money by selling. If you want to work here, you got to close.
This is the beginning of a movie.
So with that can-do attitude, Aaron, how much money did you end up making?
I ended up making $0. In fact, I ended up losing money because on my way to work one morning, I was going to use that money, that signing bonus, to buy a new set of tires, because in that drive, I noticed my tires were like bald by the time I got to St. Louis, and I was like, oh crap, I need to get some new tires. But since I had no money, I was riding on bald tires around Missouri. And I was commuting to a part of the neighborhood, like a place where I was knocking on doors.
And was this in the summer?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, so like you don't even have air conditioning to relieve you from this soupy heat.
In our apartment I did, but yeah, no, I was outside in the soupy heat. Yeah, it was really bad. And then getting rained on while you're riding a scooter is terrible, because it feels like little needles poking you all over.
You show up at somebody's door sopping wet. Hey, would you like to buy something?
Yeah, it was really bad. It was in Ferguson. That's where I was driving to, was over by Ferguson.
Known for its good fortune.
It was a fun place. I was riding out one day, and I was on a freeway overpass, and my tire exploded, my front tire, and so my handlebars were shaking. I think I told this story on here already.
I'm sure you have.
But anyhow, long story short, I crashed my scooter on the side of the road, and I woke up in the hospital 8 hours later, and they're pulling out my catheter, and that's what woke me up.
That usually that's what wakes me up in the morning.
Yeah,
that's how I wake up in the morning. Someone puts a catheter. It's 7 o'clock.
It was really.
I'm up.
It was like a weird experience, because it was like a really attractive nurse. And so I woke up, and she's like, I'm just going to pull out your catheter. Just exhale. And it was like she was pulling out like 10 feet of rope. Like, felt so long. But I was also like,
this conversation right now.
And I was like, why is this lady, this really attractive lady doing that to me? I have mixed feelings about this. And then she's like, now, do you want me to help you get dressed, or do you want your friends, because the guys I had gone out with to sell were there in the hospital room. Do you want them to help you get dressed? Or do you want me to help you get dressed? And I don't remember this, but they told me, I looked at her and I looked at them. I looked at her, I looked at them, and then I made a big smile and I was like, them. because even when I'm in the hospital and I just barely died, it's like, whatever, I'll do anything for a joke. Like, so yeah, anyhow, that was that scooter nearly killed 2 people. So then I sold it to some other schmuck.
If this was an episode of Supernatural, that scooter would be haunted and the Winchesters would hunt it.
Why did you? All right, well, thanks for listening to this terrible, terrible show. Remember, please don't rate this show after listening to it. This is not representative of this show, but
check out another episode. There's better episodes out there.
Apparently, my early answer should just be Supernatural.
If you want to subscribe and bless your little heart for doing that, you can do so, and I'm not going to tell you how because I want you to earn it. We'd also love to hear from you, so where can people get a hold of you and talk to you about Supernatural?
Well, don't talk to me about Supernatural. I'm on Twitter at @A_Sav. Yeah, hit me up. I'll talk to you.
I'm on Twitter at @AdamKid, and just send me all of the Supernatural gifts. That'd be amazing. Just do it.
There's a lot of them.
Just go on. Just go on.
They're
Just
so
go on
annoying for me
Tumblr.
because I look for a GIF or something and I have to comb through this freaking sewage of Supernatural GIFs. I'm like, this is not what I'm looking for.
It destroyed Tumblr for me. It was just like retweets of all these gifs of Supernatural.
Yeah,
like,
seriously, cool it with the Supernatural people. I'm on Twitter as @AaronLMGoodwin. You can find me being quite punny on there.
Sometimes.
That's one word for it.
I'm also in 5 Slacks. I just realized today, so chances are I'm in a Slack with you.
I only have 2 Slacks.
Oh, well, other than that, I want to say goodbye. I want you to remember that Matthew Perry looks a lot like Rachel Maddow, or maybe Rachel Maddow looks a lot like Matthew Perry. The world may never know. I also want you to remember that White Chicks is the barometer for terrible taste in movies. I also want you to remember that a steam controller is not a valve for a steam engine. It is something much, much worse.
It's Valve-made Steam controller.
And I also want you to remember to question everything. Blast off!
Recording.
Blast off!
Blast off. So are those 4 N's in your last in the answer to the last question, Andrew? Are those did you just randomly type 3N, 4N?
That is.
Or is that your
I
answer?
That is to remind me of what my answer is.
It's a mnemonic.
A Johnny Mnemonic, if you will.
I've never known how to say that word.
Mnemonic?
Yeah.
Mnemonic?
It's like
It's
knife?
spelled M and then N. How am I supposed to pronounce that?
Right, no, I feel you there.
Mnemonic?
Hey, let's clap.
Okay.
Let's get the clap going.
No,
All right.
Count.
5, 4, 3, 2. All right.
We did it, guys.
All right. Get it!
We're such good clappers. Clap on. Clap off.
Clap on, clap off. So what's other commercial jingles you can sing?
This is just your attempt to try the
1-845 closet world. Remember that one?
No,
No.
I don't watch TV.
Nope.
This is from like way back in the day.
I remember the carpet one.
How did it go? Empire Carpets?
Yeah, the Empire Carpet one. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the phone number though. Oh well.
I remember the one that's like, your mattress is free.
Yeah. I feel like that person's dead now.
Free. All right, let's do a show. Enough dilly-dallying. Enough dilly-dallying. Lake wind advisory for San Bernardino, California. What does that mean? Lake wind advisory?
Just saying random stuff.
You're gonna get some of them lake winds.
There's no lakes out here. I live in the desert. Dry lakes.
There's gonna be a lake of wind.
That's sketchy. All right, here we go.
Don't you know the Great Wind Lake of San Bernardino?
All right, I'm gonna start.
The Great Wind Lake.
Okay, here we go. How did 3 or 4 N's in the show notes help remind you?
I reminded me to change my answer.
That's like Michael Scott on his Rolodex.
Right.
Green, it's green.
That means go.
That means
go
like
ahead.
a green light, which means green for go, which means go on and shut up about it.
Yes.
Well, basically every color says don't say anything. Oh man, love that show. All right, like when people say we need to find you a different show because of that, I just nope. We don't need to find me a different show ever.
I mean, that's a good show to have, but you have to venture out and meet new shows.
I do. I meet other shows, but it's still.
I've been doing a bad thing recently. I've been watching a lot of Supernatural.
No.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's.
When did you become a 12-year-old girl?
Like 8 seasons ago.
Oh shoot, dude! This is actually not a podcast. This is an intervention. We need to talk.
I don't.
No.
I wanna watch that show to see if I can understand why on earth you're doing this to yourself, but I'm afraid I'll fall into the trap that you fell into.
Here's the thing: we need to go back and remember that time where Adam says that he has such a refined palate. When it comes to media.
Right. Yeah.
And he's
now
8
let's put this into perspective. His criticism of Elizabethtown. Okay.
I'm just saying.
I am not alone in hating Elizabethtown, though.
You're not. I'm not alone with hating Supernatural either. So
I don't even hate it. I'm just kind of like, what?
So
It's
here,
like-
I did watch
guilty
3
pleasure that I
episodes.
have.
I watched 3 episodes at the very beginning, and I'm like, nah, man, I can't do this, and I stopped.
My
give it a
summation
shot.
of Supernatural is it's like Heroes, except for nothing exciting happens.
So just
You guys hear that?
Yeah, is there a dragon outside on a motorcycle?
I just
It's the Winchesters
that would be
and
so
their
cool.
67 Chevy Impala.
I just realized I left my window open. So there we go.
Oh, is that what those noises have
Those
been? this whole time?
gangbangers from earlier.
It's probably my neighbors riding dune buggies off into their swimming pool.
That sounds awesome.
Do you have a Spike Jones music video going on next door?
No, it's like a. Why? Stop. Okay, sorry. Where the Wild Things Are DVD. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was rough.
Speaking of motorcycle sounds,